Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Bharat Construction and Consultant. Friends, in this video I am going to discuss regarding why we have to take 1.54 factor while calculating the ingredients of a concrete with respect to its grade or a mix ratio. Okay, so I will explain why we have to take 1.54 multiplying factor while calculating the ingredients of a concrete such as cement, sand, aggregate. Okay, that concept I will explain with respect to two conditions. First condition is dry condition, second one is wet condition. I have taken two beaker here. In first condition, I have filled the container with the cement, sand and aggregate. Okay, 100% I have filled, that is nothing but 1 cubic meter. Okay, due to presence of maximum air voids inside the particles such as sand and aggregate and cement, due to which it will occupy 100%ly here. Okay, so the material will be in the loose state due to the presence of air voids between the particle. That's why the particles are not interlocked here in case of dry condition. Now coming on to the wet condition, what we have done here, for the same ingredients, that is cement, sand and aggregate, we have added the water here. That's why we are calling it as wet condition, due to the presence of the water inside the container, the air voids which are present previously in the loose state or in the dry condition state, now they are negligible, they are minimized, because whatever the water we have put inside the beaker, it is filled with the whatever the microfiller or whatever the voids which are present, those voids are a microfiller filled with the water, due to which the whole volume will be reduced to an extent of 50 to 54% in its volume as compared to the dry condition. Okay, so it means only out of 100%, 46% it will be utilized now. Okay, remaining 50 to 54% it is empty. It means whenever we are calculating the material, we have to calculate the material with respect to the grade in terms of dry condition only. Okay, that's why we are discussing the concept of 1.54 here. Okay, that concept I am discussing by taking one example here. So 1 cubic meter, 1 cube, so the dimension of the cube is, that is length 1 meter, breadth 1 meter, height is also 1 meter. So total volume is 1 meter cube here. That is nothing but wet volume. Okay, whatever the volume we are getting from the field, that is like structural elements, that is beam, column, footing, slab, whatever the dimensions, whatever the length, breadth, depth we are getting, if we convert that whole things into, it will come into a volume. That volume what we are getting from the field dimensions is nothing but wet volume. Now I am explaining the concept of why we have to use the dry volume. Okay, why it's essential. Okay, so now we get to know from these two figure, always the wet volume is lesser than the dry volume. Okay, because we have to calculate the ingredients of a concrete with respect to their grades. Okay, while calculating their grades we utilize 1.54 factor. That's why we have to know the what is the criteria, what is the condition, why we have to take the dry volume. So now I will show here. So I have taken the cube, I have already discussed now. Okay, now the dry volume, that is nothing but wet volume, that is equal to 54%. We have to increase the wet volume by 54% to get the dry volume. That means dry volume equal to wet volume plus 54% of wet volume. We have to increase, in order to balance the 100% dry volume, we have to increase, after adding the water we have to increase that amount to 54%. Okay, so we have taken here, okay, 1 plus 54 by 100, we are taken in percent. That's why that of means into, multiplying into 1, that is wet volume we have taken for a cube is 1, length is 1, breadth is 1 and height is also 1. That's why the wet volume is 1 meter cube. So now the total the dry volume is 1 plus 0.54, that is equal to 1.54. Now we get to know that from 1 meter cube of a wet volume, in order to convert into dry volume, we have to multiply with 54%. Okay, that is nothing but always the dry volume is greater than the wet volume. Okay, It is nothing but dry volume. If you are taken wet volume of a cube of a 1 meter cube, that we have to convert into a dry volume, means it is 1.54 meter cube. Okay, now I have taken, so to convert 1 meter cube of a concrete from wet volume to dry volume, we have to multiply the multiplying factor, that is 1.54. To convert n meter cube of a concrete from wet to dry volume, so we have to multiply that n with the 1.54, that is the multiplying factor, where n is wet volume. So thank you friends for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe. Don't miss to hit the bell icon to get the latest updated videos of the Bharat Construction and Consultant. Thank you.